Paving the Way podcast. Welcome to 5 Minute Mondays with your host, Medusa. Come listen to some fascinating stories, affirmations, wisdom, and even a few interviews of people that have paved the way and are paving the way in their journey of success. Listen to their timeline of adversities from traumas to triumph, and also listen to some guidance of life and even a few workshops of living your best life, digging deep and understanding the science of happiness, learning how to bounce back, the art of being present, 7 reasons to be mindful, the power of gratitude, and so much more. Paving the Way podcast with your host, Medusa.
Hey everybody, welcome to 5 Minute Mondays, Paving the Way podcast. Nope, I'm not a singer. Sometimes I just go all in and just do it as I'm feeling, right? Isn't that how you're supposed to do it? Whatever. Am I supposed to be the same robotic thing every week? Welcome to 5 Minute Mondays, Paving the Way podcast. Bleep. No. Sorry, I'm not that way. I'm not that girl. I am not that girl. So anyway, I'm glad that you're here. If it's your first time here, make sure you give us a listen, which you are. Thanks for showing up. And give it a click. Hello, subscribe. You know that little subscribe button? Click it. Just click it. You're going to be glad you did. So just hit the click, hit the sub. And go over to the YouTube. Go over to the YouTube, Medusa. And then you can see all of our awesome podcasts over there. And you guys can talk and give your little thoughts and experiences. And I go over there every so often, intermittently, and just kind of answer a few things. So you'll love it. So I am continuing my awesome little journey of teachings here, and it stems from my life coaching, and I thought this is great. This is like a whole year of free class of just how to freaking simplify your life, basically. And all you need is a journal. That's it. All you need is a journal, and it's free, and you get to write down things and experience and go back and just like regurgitate a few things. And if anything, the takeaway from this is just learning about you and overcoming a lot of things and helping go through things like that damn brick wall, right? So if you haven't, grab a journal. Make sure you listen to the last 11 lessons. Isn't that something? We're on lesson 12 already. And this week's lesson is moving things around. Yes. Now, I get all of this stuff from classes I've taken or read or subscribed to, and just a whole bunch of stuff out there, right? And then I put it all into my own, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, salt and pepper, this and that, and my thoughts and takes and experiences. So enjoy, sit down, strap in and crank it up, guys, because here we go. We're going on lesson 12 and just about learning how to move things around. Yeah. All right. All of that stuff, that poundage, that heaviness, that shit that you just always put off to move around, right? So let's say when I was thinking about this and moving them, just some things around, I was expecting more like 1,000-pound pianos and earthquakes, when it is more like just a little trickle of things, right? And it's made me look at things differently. And I took a few more, we're getting ready for this garage sale. So I absolutely went through my closet and basically ripped everything down and just grabbed a trash bag and just started throwing shit in there. Just throwing it in there. If I didn't wear it in the last 5 years, I put it in there. Boom, boom, boom. and things that I thought were like very like emotional to me. Like, why was I hanging on to this stuff? Just to sit in here? In the bag. And so I'm going to give a lot to people in need, and I will sell a lot of it because people love garage sales, especially now more than ever, at a very, like, for pennies. And I take the money and I refurbish it to help with my organic garden. And then my organic garden and all the wonderful stuff that I get from my organic garden, I make and can, and I give away as gifts. So it's a full circle, and it's something I enjoy. So cleaning heavy things, moving things around is very cleansing, okay? So one of the best things that I can tell you that can help you get really good at simplifying is not a person, but it's a place. It's a place that is always there for us, regardless of how we treat it. And it's our home, right? Your home, whatever your home is. It can be $1 million mansion, or it could be this awesome home that was $50,000, $30,000. Maybe you live in a shelter and you have a space. That is your home. All right. And when we slow down and bring compassionate awareness to our tending of this place, that's when some real magic starts to happen. Like, let's see, like take for example, the simple task of moving things around. It could be rearranging the bookshelf. Like my girlfriend, I had her on FaceTime, and she's like, "Oh my God, I got to rearrange those books. I got to put everything in order." I'm like, "Okay, fine, whatever." But it could be as simple as rearranging the books on your bookshelf and changing the position of your utensils, or cleaning out your closet and facing all of your towels and folding them in a certain way. Like I have to have specific hangers in my closets. Specific. And one color. Or actually two colors. Two colors and a specific hanger. Now there's a couple things because my husband likes suits with the pants and all of that on one. That is, I'll let it slide. But all the rest, yes. Ha ha ha. So, or you can even take a line out of like Marie Kondo's book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. Guys, if you haven't read or seen this book, check it out. It's Marie Kondo's book, and it's called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And then it's like, ask yourself, does this object spark joy? I mean, it's a great way to give your possessions a new lease on life, and you too, by extension, sort of. So, you never know where your practice of moving things around might lead. Like you could be cleaning off something, and all of a sudden, you're like me, ADHD, and like all of a sudden it sparks something. Oh my God, squirrel. And oh my God, you're into this. So be careful. Be careful of that. I'm just saying, because when you move things around, that tends to lead to other things. It could give you the urge to purge, or nudge you to look into something a little dark around the corner of your life. I mean, it does a lot of cleansing. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff you go through, and you find a box of old Polaroid pictures. Like what? Like what? Oh my God. I mean, some people have gone through some things, like, so here's an example from somebody. It's like, they said, like, I had been thinking that I really wasn't feeling any changes coming from, her smaller changes. But then out of the blue, I have this overwhelming need to get rid of this desk made from an old sewing machine. That was my father, or that her father had restored, and it just like boom. And then I changed one thing in my kitchen, moved the knives to a more usable spot. And the next thing I knew, I was emptying my spice cabinet, throwing out spices I have had forever, and recognizing and making room. That led me to another cabinet, and my husband even joined in for a bit, reaching high shelves and carrying heavy things. And in a few hours, rearranged the whole kitchen, cleaning as I went. It was crazy how one thing can lead to another. And then yesterday I did some more like tidying up of my filing cabinet. But when I came to the like a really fat folder of marriage, divorce, I quickly shut the drawer. And then today I just like a day or two after, whatever it was like, I felt curious about this and I wonder what was in the folder. Is it time to clear up some old issues with compassionate awareness? You know what I mean? So, like, why do I have old shit from 20, 30, 50 years ago? You know? And then in my experience, even just 1 minute spent moving things around moves stuck energy, which in turn creates an opening. And it may not amount to much at first. Remember that? But if you repeat the task every day over time, you effectively create more shifts and more openings. And that starts to amount to something tangible that you can like feel and see, right? So more like clarity and inspiration and light. I love it. So that's what that is, guys. And so for your practice, get your journals. For your practice, I need you to do this for your practice and journal. So here we go. For your practice is, when was the last time you cleared the utensil drawer? Or even just simply ask, do I love and use all the stuff that's in there? What happens to your energy level? And the energy in your space, oh God, dreadful, right? Just write it down. And the practice this week is a twofold. So number one, notice your breathing as you pose these wonder questions above to yourself. Shallow breathing could be a sign of resistance or fear. And notice what happens when you breathe into them and lean into the questions themselves. All right. And number two, spend a few minutes every day moving things around, beginning with your utensil drawer. Notice what happens when you move one object or one pile from one location to another. Notice your energy level and your breathing before, during, and after each session. I mean, my thing is, one time I was doing the laundry, and no, it wasn't picking the tissue that turned into a million pieces out of everything. But yeah, that was a thing. That happens a lot, but I like it when I find money better. But I was starting with laundry, and I fold my towels a certain way. They have to go in the closet a certain way. And so one day I was like, what the hell happened? My husband gets lazy. He doesn't know how I fold things, but you could possibly see when you open up the frickin' thing, and they're all folded and put in a certain way. But no, my husband just goes flip flop and shoves it in there. Oh, it so pisses me off. But I take a deep breath and I noticed everything was crazy. So I went through every single one, gutted them out, put them in by color, and folded them in towels, face towels, washcloths, extras, holidays, all the different stuff. And then I went on to the next. And then I went underneath every cabinet and made sure I had one of everything I needed to clean under each cabinet, in the kitchen, each bathroom, in the laundry room. And then from there, it's just, you keep going and you just keep moving this stuff. And what I really am going to do and finish is the clothes, like my socks. I'll probably throw out all the underwear, whatever, but socks and bras and shoes and clothes. I'm telling you, I don't need all that shit. I still have clothes in my closet from over